minsan ina-avoid natin yung obstacles, which is why minsan konti lang yung natutunan natin. Well, di ko naman sinasabi na kainin nyo lahat ng or like suungin nyo lahat ng struggles. I mean, kung ano yung dadaan sa inyo, embrace it and take it as your path to victory. Ganyan. Parang ganyan, di ba? In the fast-paced world, in my case tech, I feel like we need to take a break or a short pause. This is Coffee Break. Hi, welcome to episode 6 of Coffee Break, Riggs PH podcast. I'm Jai and today's coffee is... Anong coffee ba ito? Wait lang, check ko lang. Ang coffee for today is brown sugar iced shaken espresso with 2 pumps of white mocha. Yan, ang aking coffee for today. Sorry, medyo magulo yung buhok ko. Anyway, ang aking updates lang naman for today. Ano bang update for this week? In-enjoy ko lang yung rest ko since tapos na nga yung 5K subs na daily contents. So, ngayon, in-enjoy ko lang muna yung rest ko. Pero since December, balik work ulit since maraming budol's na kailangang ibigay para sa inyo. So, yun, abang-abang na kayo sa mga future contents. Currently, it's December 7 and hindi ko alam kung kailan ito lalabas na episode na to. And yun. So, today's win. Ano bang win ko today? Siguro, ngayon lang ako, impromptu. Ang siguro naging win ko today is hindi ko minamadali yung na-realize ko lang na, mali. Sa ano ba pala yun? Today's learning. Siguro sa today's learning, hindi ko minamadali yung mga bagay na gusto kong mag-last forever. In this case, yung paggawa ng content, ayoko minamadali yung content. So, currently, talagang, hindi naman sa binabagalan, pero nagtitake time ako to create and to make contents para syempre, quality outputs yung mailalabas ko. Pero yung win ko siguro today, siguro yung nakapag-rest ako. Hindi ko na siya, kumbaga, ita-take ko na lang siya as a win na nakapag-rest ako. Na hindi naman sa hindi ako productive. Kumbaga, yun na lang siguro para sa akin. Naging win, yun na lang yung win ko. Well, so today, yung topic natin today is books that greatly influence my journey. So, gagawin kong part 1 and part, hindi ko alam if ilang parts yung magiging kalalabasan nito kasi hindi pa ako sure kung marami akong books na nabasa. So, gusto kong i-share sa inyo lahat yan. So, basta ang daming pero yun nga, part 1 muna. Okay. Ano mo maganda? Siguro una muna is The Subtle Art of Not Giving Up by Mark Manson. Ang gist lang talaga ng pinaka-summary ng book na to is that individual should seek to find meaning through what they find to be important and only engage in values that they can control. Ang naging takeaway ko lang dito is that we should not focus on the things that don't matter and only focus the things that are important to us. Yun kasi yung mga bagay na yun yung ito yung fan fact lang na ito yung pinakaunang book na nabasa ko. So, saktong-sakto talaga kasi parang alam niyo yun, parang at first kasi parang we give a lot of about a lot of things. Ubaga, lahat ng bagay, kailangan meron tayong say or we give a about that things, di ba? So, feel ko saktong-sakto tong book na to as my first ever book na nabasa ko. Ano ba? We should control what we can, which is our feelings. We can't force people to do such things or feel such things. And we can only focus on the things that we can, which is yung feelings nga, di ba? Just do it even if it's scary or just do it even if you're scared. Parang gagawin ko to not because kailangan kong improve sa mga tao na kaya ko, kundi gagawin ko to dahil ito yung gusto kong gawin. And I don't care about what other people will think or will say. Parang yun yung naging ko dito. Key takeaway ko para sa akin. Yun, ganun lang yun. And lastly, of course, don't give about all things, diba? Diba sa panahon kasi ngayon, kailangan, porkit nag-break si ganyan, break si Katniel or loyal na aso ni Summer na si DJ. 'Di ba? Kailangan lagi tayong may say, 'di ba? Sa book na to, parang in-emphasize lang dito na we don't need to, parang hindi natin kailangan makibutt in sa mga bagay-bagay na hindi naman related or hindi naman importante or wala namang value para sa sarili mo, para sa growth mo. May napanood pa nga ako, may nabasa pa nga ako na kaya daw nauubos yung energy natin towards sa goals natin is dahil nade-drain tayo sa social media, sa mga bagay na hindi naman importante, sa mga bisyo, sa phones, sa games, sa mga ganyan. Pero guys, disclaimer lang, I don't have anything against sa mga nabanggit ko. I mean, gets nyo naman yung point, okay? I mean, yun lang yung parang visualization ko, okay? Yun nga, diba? That's why we get drained with our goals because we focus our energy on a lot of things, diba? Next book is Everything. Is, again, by Mark Manson. Since nag-start na ako kay Mark Manson, talagang nagustuhan ko yung flow ng mga books niya. I mean, yung the way he write his book. So, tinuloy-tuloy ko na yung mga books niya. So, ang book na to is about hope and why or how we should not be too independent on it. Rather, we should create a world in which hope is not means to an end, but an end in itself. Hope should not stem from appreciating our own insignificance in the grand scale of things, however uncomfortable the truth is. Naging takeaway ko lang dito is, the opposite of happiness is hopelessness, okay? Tapos meron pa, actually maraming key points dito na binanggit si Mark Manson, pero isa dito, I mean marami, pero hindi ko na mention lahat. Make sure, basahin nyo na lang. Tapos, chikahan tayo sa comments or sa Discord about sa book na yan, or if meron kayo ibang book na gustong pagchikahan natin, ganyan, mga thoughts and mga realizations or mga ganyan. Una is the uncomfortable truth. It's hope that gives us a reason to continue on and find meaning in seemingly meaningless existence. Parang sinasabi lang dito is we should find our own hope in this hopeless world. Parang ganun ba? Gets ba? Tama ba? Tama ba yung pagkaka-explain ko? We should find our own hope in this hopeless world. The harder we look for an objective meaning to life, the more we'll struggle and lose hope altogether. Yun. Ito yung uncomfortable truth. Yung we will chugi. We will chugi. Eventually, kumbaga, memento mori. Okay? Yung memento mori. Kaya naka-frame yan. A great reminder yan para sa akin. Basta yun yung naging uncomfortable truth, di ba? Parang yun yung sinampal tayo ni Mark Manson dito na, oo nga, no? At the end of the day, ma-chuchugibles din naman tayo. So, might as well find our own meaning in this life. Ano pa ba? Wait lang. Ewan ko if tama yung pagkakaano ko, Please correct me if I'm wrong. I'm always open naman sa mga, correction. Sorry. Sabi ni Mark Manson, we're all guilty of fabricating our own meaning. We assign ourselves goals, aspiration, anything that gives us something to look forward to. What keeps us getting out of bed every morning? That hope will actually achieve those goals. And once we acknowledge the uncomfortable truth, our existence is subjectively insignificant. That we can slowly begin to build a hopeful and meaningful life. Ayun. Well, to sum it up, sa book na to, parang sinasabi lang dito na everything we do has no cosmic meaning. This is the uncomfortable that we all attempt to hide with hope. Yon. Diba? Again, everything we do has no cosmic meaning. Again, everything we do has no cosmic meaning. This is the uncomfortable truth that we all attempt to hide with hope. But hope is for all kinds of reasons. Therefore, we should not hope for better, but be better. Be more compassionate and more resilient, more humble and more disciplined. Diba? Parang kasi, yun nga, ang pagkakaintindi ko lang talaga dito is, kailangan hindi natin iniisip kung ano yung, we're not hoping to be better. Kumbaga, we're not hoping to be good at something. We should be good at something. I mean, gets nyo ba? Nagigets nyo ba? Kumbaga, parang may delay pa kasi pag nag-hope ka pa na, diba? Should not hope for better. Dapat be better. Diba? Oh my God. Oh, ang ganda nun. And lastly is Newton's law of emotion. Akala nyo ba wala ng math dito? Newton's law of emotion. Okay, for every action, there's an equal opposite emotional reaction. Okay? Very self-explanatory naman to, siguro. And of course, our self-worth equals the sum of our emotions over time. O, di ba? Ang galing. May math pa din. ang ano lang kasi, considering that law of physics can also apply to us, the answer is yes. Being good might bring you misfortune, but remember that you have to consider infinite external factors to bring validity to this question. We may not know or even live through to see the events that can possibly cause the reaction that brings in the uncertainty. It's something like the butterfly effect. Your being good is an action, but you can follow through with what happened because of your action. No, you can't. Okay, ito. May example. You're being good and so you feed a hungry beggar. This is the action. Beggar starts depending on people to give him food. Beggar doesn't get food one day, decides to rub. Okay, gets ko na. Kumbaga negative yung may pasabay sa possibility pa din na maging ano. Okay po. Okay na po. Gets ko na. Sorry, ngayon ko lang ulit sinerch. Next, Atomic Habits by James Clear, of course. Ito naman, it's a comprehensive and practical guide on how to change your habit and get 1% better every day. Yan. Meron pang graph yan pag ganyan. No? Imbis na pag ganito. Kapakita ko lang sa screen if nasa YouTube kayo. Pero if nasa Spotify kayo, I think kita nyo pa din naman. Ang naging key takeaway ko lang dito is fall in love with the boredom. Diba? Okay lang ma-bored as long as mahal mo yung process. Diba? Changes that seem so small and unimportant at first will compound into remarkable results if you're willing to stick with them for years. Okay, ito yung paano ba to? Small things that you do every day that will have a remarkable results in the future. Since ngayon mo siya ginagawa, kumbaga everyday mo siyang ginagawa, 1% better ka everyday. Ano ba pwede nating for example? Like for example, creating content everyday, di ba? Ang main goal talaga is to be 1% better. Sabihin natin, technically, in reality, hindi dapat natin tinitignan yung views pero sabihin natin, sa first day, yung videos mo nagkaroon ng views na 10 views. So, the next day, kailangan ma-beat mo yung first day mo na kailangan sabihin natin 20 views or 15 views or since, di ba? Parang gano'n. Yung 1% nun, kailangan 1% better ka from your previous. Tama ba?
Mali. Future Jai here. Ang 1% ng 10 is 0.1. So, dapat at least 11 views on the first day. And ang 1% ng 11 is 0.11 or 0.11. So, sa second day, at least meron kang 12 views and so on and so forth.
Be 1% better every day. Yung boredom na paggawa ng content na paulit-ulit na lang. Small things that will lead to a bigger or malaking bagay sa career ko or career mo as a content creator. Yes, yun, di ba? Trust the process, di ba? Goal set direction and system makes progress. System make progress. Okay. Ito naman parang ano naman ito Di ba? Kailangan nga we should trust the process. Huwag tayo masyadong mainipin. Ganun talagang creating content every day is boring, exhausting, paulit-ulit, nakaka-bored, diba? Pero that's the process that we need to learn and we need to embrace. And hindi natin dapat tinitignan hindi tayo nakafocus sa goal mismo, kundi kung ano yung currently, yung process, yung paano paggawa ng content, hindi yung 5K agad. Yung ganun, gets nyo ba? Yan, ganun. You are what you do. Improvements are only temporary until they become part of who you are. Habits define us. Yan. Habits define us. Tama ba? Tama. Tama. Kung ano yung mga habits mo, yun ka. Start with repetition, not perfection. A habit must be established before it can be improved. Ito, importante to sa mga content creator like me. Kasi at first talagang gusto mo yung perfect na perfect di ba? Kailangan maganda agad di ba? Kailangan maganda agad yung marami agad views di ba? Pero ito yung misconception ng mga Hindi nakikita ito masyado ng tao pero dapat kailangan yun nga, masanay tayo with the boredom. Paulit-ulit video, small, quantity. Diba? Kaya ang pinaka magandang gawin talaga pagka nag-start ka is quantity. Though, syempre, subjective pa rin yan. So, pero para sa akin, quantity. Kasi nga, start with repetition, not perfection. Diba? Ang habit naman is pwedeng ma-improve along the way. Ayun. Yun nga, diba? Habits build your identity. Yun nga, yung sabi ko sa diba, kanina, na you are what you do. And ito pinaka-importante to sa building a habit is environment over motivation and self-control. So, what do you mean by that? We have to change our environment to have the habits that we want to develop. First of all, let's say we want to build the habits of creating content. So, hindi enough yung motivation, hindi enough yung self-control na mag-drive sa'yo to make or to create a podcast or to create a content every day, kundi yung environment mo. For example, pagka gumagawa ako ng podcast or gumagawa ako ng YouTube or TikTok or short form videos, yung mga headshots ko or yung mga A-rolls ko is yung mga bagay na kailangan kong ilagay, i-set up, is naka-set up na before pa ako mag-shoot. Meaning, kunyari, mag-shoot ako tomorrow. It's either, hindi ko nagagalawin yung mga gamit ko, kung ano yung gamit ko ngayon, para tomorrow, uupo na lang ako, magsasalita na lang ako, magbabasa na lang ako ng script. Hindi na ako tatama rin, di ba? Yun yung inibig sabihin ng environment over motivation. Hindi yung kunyari, tomorrow mag-shoot, tatago ko lahat. Tapos pagbukas na, tatama rin ako kasi syempre, tatanggalin ko lahat sa gamit, sa bag, lagay na setup, ilaw, mic, recorder, setup ng lens, ng ganyan, diba? Ang dami, diba? So, might as well, iwan ko na lang siya ng ganito, and then, pag mag-shoot ako, press record, upo na lang, and then salita. Ayun, diba? Yun yung tinatawag na environment building para mas productive and para mas better tayo everyday. Yo, next is Obstacle is the Way by Ryan Holiday. Okay, ang philosophy naman dito is, ang pinaka-summary naman dito is, the philosophy of Stoicism, to expand the central theme of the book, which is how we respond to obstacles, is what defines us. Stoics focus on the things that they can control, let go of everything else, and turn every new obstacle into a new opportunity to get better, stronger, and tougher. Diba? Medyo connected yung mga learnings per book, no? Kaya ito yung maganda with gusto ko yung mga gantong books kasi nga parang connected sila in some way kasi yung iba-iba yung story nila pero pare-pareho yung learning and same sila ng topic. I mean same sila ng tinatakil. Ang sarap pa rin basahin, ang sarap pa rin matuto and alam mo yun, magamit in our daily lives. So, yun. Ang pinaka-natutunan ko lang dito or mga takeaways ko lang dito is what stands in the way becomes the way. Kumbaga, kung ano yung mga naging struggles natin, magiging struggles natin along the way, yun yung way natin into a successful life or successful path that we're looking for. Okay. Tsaka, in other words, it's how we respond to obstacles is what we define us. Ulit. In other words, how we respond to obstacles is what defines us. Ayun. Within every obstacle is an opportunity to improve our condition. Diba? Yun yung humuhubog sa atin diba? Pagka nagkakaroon tayo ng struggles or mga obstacle. Yun. The things which hurt and shock. All great victories, be they business, politics, or art, involve resolving problems with a potent cocktail or creativity, focus, and daring. When you have a goal, obstacles are actually teaching you how to get where you want to go, carving your path. Kumbaga, sinasabi lang dito na yung struggles natin is kailangan nating pagdaanan para mapuntahan natin yung mga destination or yung makapunta tayo sa place that we want to go. Yun lang yan. Diba? Siya yung nagka-carve ng path papunta sa path na gusto natin or sa life or sa victory na gusto nating puntahan. Yun. At saka yung last, we choose how we look at things, di ba? Kumbaga nasasala na dito yung mga bagay na hindi naman natin kailangang focusan ng bagay kasi we need to focus on things that matter to us, di ba? Yun nga yun, di ba? Parang yung first book, di ba? Ganun yung atake niya. We change perspective or we look at things differently para ma-assess and para makita natin kung ano yung possible ways and kung paano natin malalampasan yung mga struggles or yung obstacle, which is very, very important. Lalo na sa mga kagaya nating bata pa and alam mo yun, marami pa tayong matutunan along the way and minsan ina-avoid natin yung obstacles, which is why minsan konti lang yung natutunan natin. Well, di ko naman sinasabi na kainin nyo lahat ng or like suungin nyo lahat ng struggles. I mean, kung ano yung dadaan sa inyo, embrace it and take it as your path to victory. Ganyan. Parang ganyan, di ba? Kumbaga, tignan nyo yung look on the bright side. Next is Daily Stoic by Ryan Holiday again. Ito naman para tong journaling, parang parang 366 meditation studies every day. Parang kada araw kasi parang iba-iba yung letters na parang pag nag-journal ka, 'di ba? Parang our daily bread if alam niyo 'yun. Parang ganun siya. Para every day meron kang letter, may isa kang study or learnings from a Stoic. Parang ganun. Pero ang parang pinaka gusto ko dito is sinabi lang dito that Stoicism is a tool for living a good life and Stoics asserted virtue like self-control, courage, justice, and wisdom is happiness. O, diba? Ang ganda. Kumbaga doon nag-revolve yung book na to. Tsaka yung perception natin of things might be the cause of our problems. Most of our problems. Diba? Tsaka nandito din nasasabi yung mga principles, discipline, practice about Stoicism, and yung purpose, mga ganyan, and how we tackle things or how we handle things. Basta maraming bagay. Ito, greatly recommended ko to or highly recommended ko to pag nag-journal kayo and parang nabibitin kayo sa isang book or like gusto nyo pa ng kumbaga kasabay ng book and then ang ganda niya kasi pang journal yun. And yung habits ng Stoic mind, which is accept only what is true, work for the common good, and match our needs and wants with what's in control. Diba ito yung parang diba? Diba ito yung una? We just have to control what we can, which is yung emotions natin or feelings natin, diba? Embrace what nature has in store for us. Ayun. Ito yung pinaka maganda din, diba? Kumbaga, huwag niya nating hanapin yung mga bagay na wala. Kundi, maging thankful tayo kung ano yung mga binigay sa atin. Binigay ng nature para sa atin. And lastly, di ba sabi sa inyo medyo mahaba to pero kasi nga, eto nga last nasa book na to. I mean sa na to. Gusto ko pang itakil lahat pero Think Like a Monk by Jay Shetty. Okay, ito naman self-help book that offers practical wisdom from the author, which is Jay Shetty, and his time spent as a monk. It shares insights on how to find purpose, overcome negative thoughts, and create a more fulfilling life. Ito guys, yung mga sinerge ko lang talaga yung summary para I'm just going to let you know. I'm just letting you know. Okay? Sinerge ko lang yung summary. I mean yung pinaka, diba? Anyway, ganun nga. Pinagsasabi ko. Understanding the monk mindset, which is yung concept ng Dharma or yung Buddhist principle for calling, to live a meaningful life, and to identify or fulfill our unique Dharma. Yung ating calling with whatever, kung ano man yung calling natin. And yung importance of mindfulness. Mindfulness of our own business. Mindfulness of being a good friend. Andito yan, connected yan. Being a good person and fulfilling a wonderful life. The significance of clear and present mind and attaining tranquility and balance in our lives. Okay. Yun pa, isa pa to sa pinakamaganda sa book na to is parang in-encourage na to to replace overthinking with a period of silence, meditation, and self-reflection. Though, it's easier said than done. Of course, syempre mahirap naman na iwasan na, wag ako mag-overthink. Hindi na nag-overthink, di ba? Hindi naman siya ganun. Kumbaga, practice pa din. Makes better. Practice makes better. Practice makes better, di ba? Detachment and problem of perception, di ba? Ayun nga, how it can bring us not only peace but also greater, di ba? Yung pagkakaroon ng meaningful connection with other people or with one another. And by detaching ourselves with material possession, yung people's opinion, di ba? Medyo connected, di ba? And our own egos. Para makakapag-focus tayo sa what's really important or what's our goal, di ba? Or what's genuinely important. Genuinely important. And how our individual perception shapes our responses to the world around us, di ba? And isa pa yan di ba? Madalas, yung perception lang natin yung humuhubog sa mga mundo, sa mga responses di ba? I mean, yung mga, alam mo, gets nyo yun? Yung minsan, kumbaga tayo lang din naman yung reason bakit magkakaroon tayo ng nag-overthink tayo, di ba? Tayo lang din naman yung reason. Kumbaga, own perception lang natin yun. Kung ba't nagkakaroon tayo ng certain problem, di ba? Yun yung natakal din dito ni Jay Shetty. I mean, ang book na to. And also, it illustrates how our mindset and the lens through which we view the world can turn problems into opportunities, fear into courage, and failure into stepping stone for success. Ito, grabe, sobrang solid nito kasi hinimay dito kung paano mag-isip yung isang monk and how they turn problems into opportunities, yung fears nila into courage, diba? And yung problems din ni Jay Shetty or yung mga problems or yung failures niya as a writer and sa personal life niya as his stepping stone, yun, diba? For success, diba? Ito yung mga gamit natin in real life and for sure marami tayong matututunan talaga, sobrang solid. I mean, yung sinusulat ko tong script na to, sobrang sabi ko, ang ganda. Namimiss kong basahin to. I mean, babasahin ko to ulit. Well, meron pang purpose and passion, of course. In summary, tinuro lang dito ni Jay Shetty kung paano natin madidiscover yung passion natin and yung purpose natin in life. And to explore the link between our talents, passion, that can have or will have great impact sa society or our goals or sa lives of other people. How we can turn our passion into purpose that's larger than ourselves. Ito yung purpose talaga, yung legit purpose na dapat alam natin. I mean, ang ganda lang na malaman na ito yung purpose ko. That I'll make, malaki yung impact ko with other people. Diba? Parang ganon. I mean, you get my point, guys. Tsaka ito pa pala, sabi niya, in his view, true success lies in serving others and making positive impact. Actually, parang ang ganda niyang isipin and ang ganda niyang meaning kasi para sa akin din, gusto ko rin yung napapasa ibang tao and na-fulfill nila yung dreams nila and nai-inspire sila and yun yung feel ko yung positive impact and yung fulfillment para sa akin kasi nagkakaroon ng impact yung videos or yung contents na ginagawa ko or even yung live kasi nagkakaroon nga ng impact sa ibang tao. So, I'm very happy and I'm very successful in that sense, diba? Tsaka sinare niya din dito yung findings niya with Ikigai, which is yung concept ng a reason of being, diba? Melding passion and purpose. Ayun, maganda yun. Maganda yung sobrang nung pagkakaano niya. And of course, yung niya, unshakable resilience, diba? The importance of self-discipline and resilience, diba? Tinuro din dito kung paano magkaroon ng monk-like mindset or discipline to battle challenges and view them as an opportunity to grow as a person, as an individual, as a partner. Yan. Sobrang solid na ito. Well, anyway, medyo napahaba na naman yung talk na to. Kasi, grabe. Gusto ko pa sanang pahabain pero gawin ko ng maraming episode kasi marami naman akong books na binabasa. Well, anyway, maraming salamat sa panonood, pakikinig, pag-subscribe, pag-like, pag-comment. Na-appreciate ko kayong lahat and I hope you guys had a great day, will have a great day and having a great day. And if you have any books, topics, suggestions, or recommendation, make sure to comment it below or join the Discord, chat nyo ako doon or chat kayo doon. I'm open yan, alam nyo yun guys. And yeah, have a great day ahead. Good morning, good night, good evening sa mga natutulog, kumakain, or kung ano man ginagawa nyo sa podcast na to. Mag-break kayo, nag-coffee break kayo, ganyan. Well, gusto ko lang kayo i-remind that setbacks don't define us. It's how we bounce back that shapes our story. It's okay to stumble or take things slow because sometimes or just need a coffee break. Bye.